All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the 3200 show, man. And we got a show for you today. Uh, Everybody's in today, man. We back from the little vacation, man. We're gonna have a little fun today. We're gonna talk a little serious. We're focus topic today is the family feud, man. We're gonna talk about the family dynamic and how it's changed nowadays from back in the day. So I need you to stick with us real quick, and we'll be right back after this.
Hey, the 3200, you know how we connect. 3200 Magnolia was the address. Beaumont, Texas, had to do it like that. Wanna welcome everybody to the podcast. Plenty stories that we gotta explore. From the views of husbands, fathers, entrepreneurs, baby fathers and workers. I know this though for certain. You gon' laugh, have a good time till your side hurting. 3200, but you already know this. You know it. Couple of brothers hard working and focused. Let's go. Intellectual, entertaining for show. 32 double O, let's go. 3200, but you already know this. Couple of brothers hard working and focused. Let's go. Intellectual, entertaining for show. 32 double O, let's go. Hey, yeah, make sure that you turn it up. Get the talking, ain't no topic that we do not discuss. Yeah, everything and nothing at the same time. Good vibes, tune in, cause you know it's going down. 3200.
Hey, welcome back to the show, man. Welcome back. Hey, man, we got Leo in the house tonight. Leo, what's happening with you tonight, bro?
I'm doing all right, white face.
Oh,
Oh man, the technical difficulties already.
I don't know.
Right?
Nah, I don't know why it switched from the wrong camera.
I know why.
I'm bobbing my head too much to the theme music, man. I'm unplugged it. Oh, okay. Jay, man, what's happening with you? Waldo, Geraldo, Faldo.
Nothing much, man. I know why you went white face because you went to that plantation. You hunky fed Negro. I know why.
Man, you go get off the plantation, man. I'm telling you, it's a great experience, man. We own
Been off the plantation.
And you didn't do the tour though, man. You just walked around, man. You got to do the headphones or get
I
the tour.
did the tour.
Oh, okay.
But see, that's the thing. They only gave us the tour of the big house. We had to tour the slave houses on our own and read the walls and everything. I was like, what?
Yeah. You got to do the whole thing, man. You got to learn the lessons. I got to check with you, make sure to see if you went to the same one I went to. But we can't we all get along? Chris is in, man. He busy there. How's it going there, Chris?
Going pretty good, man. Headed back. I got some beef with Isaac, though. I still ain't been added to the intro, but we'll talk about that another day.
We're working on it, man. I was talking to Leo about it, man.
Nah, man, That's this the right show for it too. This the right show. Go ahead and air it out.
Family Feud.
Yeah, we gonna get it. We gonna get it fixed. Man. We don't want no beef. So, man, look, that's what the show is all about, man. The family feud and disagreements and stuff in the family. And how do you handle it? Do you ever heal from it or move on? Or how? Before we get into it, man, we need you to do us a real quick favor, man, and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. And let us know. Let us know what you think, man. All those, man, we've been averaging one subscriber a week, man. Let me tell you, we're all the way up to 125, man. We just need 5 more people to subscribe on our YouTube channel to get us to 130, man. We're moving on.
With you saying that, I feel like one of those 80s preachers. Like, I just need $5 more. We're gonna pass this plate around one more time. We need $50 more.
It's the
Yeah,
even it out.
you probably need to be more aggressive like Snoop Dogg off BMF, that type of pastor, and bring your pistol out.
If I don't get 5 more subscribers by the end of this show, somebody's getting a bullet in the head. Oh man. Oh man. So man, just need a couple more subscribers, man. Like I said, it's all good, man. I don't think none of us really in it for the big subscribe. We don't really care. But if we do get some money, it'll help out. You know what I'm saying? This is all just for us, man. We have fun with it. So hit that like, share, subscribe button, man. Drop something in the comment, man. We love hearing from people, even when they disagree with us. We love hearing from you guys and responding back to you. So let's jump into it, man. Family Feud, man. Let's talk about it, man. My opinion, family dynamic has changed over a couple of years, man, and not just with the whole gender stuff and whatever, but it's changed up where uh, it's just not the same. To me, it seems like the whole family dynamic isn't the same. The togetherness isn't there. It doesn't seem like it's there. Maybe I'm wrong. These guys will correct me. Um, do y'all feel that families nowadays are still as strong as families we had back in the 90s, 80s, the 60s, and 70s? I don't know for.
Uh, Probably not, but I think the dynamic is the money. Back in the days, when you broke, you suffer through. You know what I mean? Like, you think about, like you said, the trip to New Orleans that y'all took. Um, if we was going to New Orleans or something else, it probably would have been we staying at cousin or somebody else's house. You know what I mean? Where nowadays, with the the money dynamics that goes into it and everything else, it changes into I don't have to stay at your house. I don't have to go by your rules. You know what I mean? I can stay at a hotel, and stuff like that. So I think some of that changes it. Um, but I don't know. It's a different dynamic, but it's still rooted the same to me though. It's still rooted the same.
Yeah, I'd say it has to deal with the household. Um, I still see this. I feel like I still see the same stuff going on. It's just with cameras everywhere, you can see everything. So where a lot of stuff was hidden, now it's all exposed. It's all online. Like my household, I feel like my wife and son, their relationship reminds me of my mama and us. They be talking about some stuff, and I'm like, no, you don't supposed to be talking to him about that. That's for me to talk to him about. But you know how my mama was. She wanted to know how your sex life was and everything. And you're like, no, mom, I'm out of here. So it just depends on that household. I feel like it's still the same. You still got houses. Like we had a kid. We pretty much had to raise him. His dad wasn't there. He was at the house by himself, and he'll leave him a couple of bucks. So pretty much the school raised him. So we still have those situations, and it still takes the community to raise these kids, and that's where I feel like that's where we kind of slipping at the community coming together.
Yep, definitely, definitely. Yeah. Chris, you had anything to add?
Yeah, I say just like the structure of the household or the family in general, like like you used to have your matriarchs, like your grandmamas, the big mamas, and now you look at my grandmother may be 45, 36 years old nowadays, and and it's kind of that played a big role far as raising kids and having more structure in the house, having somebody that kind of was like the glue to the family. Everybody looked up to or whatever. But I think in that sense, it's changed a little bit. But it still got some of those same old values still, as far as like the money and Uh, some families may do like the dinners, Sunday dinners. From what I see, I know like in my family, on my mama's side, we'll do that every Sunday, or then we've been doing that for a few years. And so I think my mom now starting to become the matriarch of our family. So it has changed a little, just a little bit over the years since the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, and just talking about that a little bit, man, about that glue, because we all lost our grandmother. It's been about 2 years now. We lost our grandmother. She was kind of like the glue to the family, man, and I could tell you she'll call, and if she called everybody would meet over there uh, for whatever dinners, holidays, or whatever. And then since her death, we don't. I could tell where we all got together. When the last time everybody got together, you know, our sister try to. Our sister's pretty good at getting people together, but it's not to me. It's not the same. Like grandma can get everybody together. Christine can get some of the family together. So, uh, how big a role? I mean, Chris mentioned it there, but how big a role is that? How important is that having that glue, or like Chris was saying, that matriarch in the family to kind of hold things down?
It's major because that matriarch or that patriarch for some families or whatever, or if they got both, um, they are not only they glue, they the stability. Because most time you have them, whenever anything going on, it's them that the family go to. You know what I mean? You need food, you go to them. Money, you go to them. A place to stay. Just when sometimes the kids and the parents, don't get along all the way. You go to them, and the stability is there, just to hold things over and get things straight whenever things need to get straight.
Yeah, I was gonna say you need that bed, grandma. I tell you, take your pants off, go lay down in it.
Nah, it's very important though, man. Because you think about it, you miss when that person leaves, you're missing a safe haven. You don't have that safe haven, or you don't have that mediator between sometimes the child and the parent. So to me, I feel like they while they're alive, they should be grooming someone. Grooming the next person and make everyone aware this is the next person, and respect them like you respected me. I don't care what the age is. I'm grooming this person to carry on that legacy, and I feel like that's what it is. Where we, like you went to the plantation and you learned more history. Uh, and I feel like that's another part of history that we lose when someone of that importance that carries that much weight and knows everybody in the family. Because I remember when we was having Joshua at the hospital, I met another cousin only because she saw our name, and then Grandma Lou started talking to her grandma, and they knew each other, and they was talking about everything, and so it's very important and vital for all the families to get that family tree, and also get as much wisdom and everything you can from that those people or that person.
Yeah, what you got there, Chris? You about to say something?
Y'all pretty much said everything. But like you said, with that having that matriarch or that patriarch played a big factor. And I've recently lost my other grandmother, my mom's mom, in this past November, and she was our matriarch. And one thing she did before she passed, she sat down with my mom, my aunts, and my uncle like separately, and she told them, she pretty much gave them an assignment, say, hey, this is you're responsible for this. And she pretty much gave my mom like say, hey, I've been a matriarch holding it down all these years. I'm passing it on to you. So your job is to keep the family together, make sure it's like, no drama going on. If somebody need help, you help them out. and which she was pretty much already doing that, once my grandmother's health went down. So it's kind of an easier transition into that role for my mom. So I say that there's a very important role in just in anybody's family, really.
True, true, true. So one other thing you had mentioned about like with the grandmas, and I guess we'll add the grandpas too, man. It's like I don't know if it's just me, but seems like grandparents are getting younger, nowadays, man. Like you mentioned, you said there's grandparents at 35 and 40 now. A lot of my friends are grandparents. Kind of scared me, like these kids better not be having sex. But but uh, can the younger grandmother, grandfather play that same role as the older grandma, or are they, still that same? You know what I mean? Still do
It's
the same thing?
it's going to matter on the person. Sometimes, like you said, that younger grandma is still trying to figure out her life and or his life or whatever. And they had a kid at a young age, and then the kid had a kid at a young age. So they might not all the way be stable or whatever. Because most of the time, like you said, with older grandparents, they're going to be a little more stable. I can say at 46, I'm way more stable than I was at 26. But I was still, I was Air Force. I think I was still like an airman or something, maybe. You know what I mean? I'm a way more stable guy as far as, and I can handle like if pray and hopefully it'll be the son that actually married, but I can handle a grandchild at this age. Although my wife don't want one, she says she too young to be a grandma. But you know what I mean. But if you gotta think about it, like you said, somebody have baby at 16, then they baby have a baby and at 15, 14, maybe. You still in your 30s. You just hit 30 something, truthfully. So it's going to matter on the person and how they change because children do change the dynamics. You know,
Yeah, they grandma partying, man. Grandma at the club, man.
3 generations of a family in the club at once.
3 generations of twerking. The triple threat. The triple threat.
Oh man.
Yeah. It could be a good thing, it could be a bad thing, it depends on their foundation, of course. But like Leo said, pretty much they'll be growing up together. I mean, it's a new chapter and something real fast, and it's like you got to make quick adjustments, and uh, to me it brings immediate maturity to grow up and be that grandparent. But if you had great grandparents, I feel like they can still be a good grandparent, and by the time they do get older, then finally, 20 years later, they should be a little better at it. But yeah, while they're younger, it'll probably be a lot of mess ups and slip ups and a lot of frustration from a younger grandparent. Those older grandparents, they'll just sit back and watch it fall all the way down and be like, "Yeah, I was just watching you, just watching you how you was falling, and I was gonna help you come back up, baby." But you had to fall. You had to scrape them knees and get a little dirty. So that patience, the young grandparents, they're not gonna have because they ain't trying to hear that.
Yeah. I think that younger grandparent would be more fun and just like you said, it'd be a little bit cooler. You know what I mean? There's certain things they'll understand better than having that older grandparent, but that older grandparent just got that wisdom. You know what I mean? Like some of that stuff grandma would tell us, that we would hear and stuff, man. It's just like you can't get that wisdom at a young age. You know what I mean? You had something, Chris?
Nah, nah, not yet.
Chris, wait to jump on me, man. All right, man. Let's talk, man. Let's talk because we got some nieces and nephews, man. Let's talk the beef in the family, man. So we got some nieces and nephews, and then we know people. Well, I know people who parents, one of the parents might not have been there. The father or the mother might not have been there their whole life. And what you see, well, I see two different kind of people from that situation, man. You see people who have resentment for that, and they got that built-in anger, and it's like nothing their parents can do that they will ever forgive them. You know what I'm saying? And then you got some that forgive and actually start that new relationship with their father or their mother at an older age, but they start to, heal that stuff. So my thing is like why does that happen, man? Because at first, we were taught, we were raised Christian or whatever, and we was taught, yeah, you got to forgive, you got to forgive, you got to forgive. So when I'm talking to one of my friends whose parents wasn't there, whose mom wasn't there or whatever, it's like, hey, you need to forgive, you need to move on and stuff. She's like, nah, I'm not. So where do those feelings come from? Are those feelings valid, man? You mean should they be moving on or what?
All feelings are valid. It's valid for them to feel that way, and it's easier to forgive and forget with a person um who's I don't know, man. It's hard to explain. It's kind of like I can forgive a person and I can be that way with somebody who actually cares. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of people. There are people out there who, you'll be like, hey, I want to forgive and forget. Well, good, because you should move on. You should, that little saying, water under the bridge. But most people don't understand. Water on the bridge don't mean is the water ain't running fast. You know what I mean? Or the surface. Me and Jonathan used to be stationed in Shreveport. The Red River. It looks slow on top, but if you fall in that water, you gone. So the underneath is the current. So I think it's easier to forgive when people want forgiveness or is asking for forgiveness or even apologize for for their behavior or whatever or anything that they done than it is for somebody just be like, you'll get over it. You know what I mean? It's a whole lot of things, but I think the thing about that is, for me, it's not carrying around that anger or that whatever it is you feel towards that person. To me, it's more so like, I'm just not gonna hang around you, or I'm just gonna distance myself. Or if I know it's somebody that I have to hang around or something like that, I'm just gonna do things to whereas my time is limited with that person, or either I'm dealing with that person on my time when I have the patience to deal with that person. But I let everybody answer that, and then I come back to a question for you, right?
All right, go ahead. Yes, up, John.
No, I just think it's perfect example. What's going on right now with Will Smith and Chris Rock. Um, you can't tell the victim when to forgive. Everyone forgives different ways, and it takes different times, and depending on what happened. But whoever did whatever to that other person, they just got to step up and ask for forgiveness, and it starts there. Then the transition can go forth. But until they speak up and get up and say something, and to me, you're afraid. You got to acknowledge you were wrong. That's what your parents always told you from the jump. Acknowledge, hey, you were wrong, and your punishment or that whipping won't be so hard. So once you start taking responsibility, uh, like the kid that just traveled, then it'll start moving. But until that person that offended or affected that other individual, do something about it, then I mean, Ain't nothing gonna move. Nothing's gonna. It's just gonna stay like that to death. Do your part.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Uh, like Chris going off there. Leo, what you got? What question you have for me?
My question was, why did your friend have to forgive? Why do you feel like your friend had to forgive his mother or whatever?
It's just, you know, it's that one in one point. It's just like I'm putting myself in their shoes and I'm telling them what I would do, and and I'm trying to force what I believe on them. I guess is the main thing. But for me, it's just like, well, looking at the situation, like y'all saying, like if they trying or whatever, looking at the situation like, hey, they tried, like, hey, they came to your graduation and they trying to fix it, like, they humbling themselves while you ain't humbling yourselves back to them. You know what I mean? I didn't understand that for piece, but you know what I mean. I understand now that like, hey, you still kind of angry or whatever, but I to me they should have just forgave. You know what I mean? It's like how long you gonna hold on to that anger? Like that holding on to that anger, holding on to some of that stuff. Like it's you let that stuff just sit right inside of you. Like you ain't really growing from that.
But what if they weren't angry?
What if they what?
Well, they're not angry.
Mm,
Like I had an issue with some people or whatever, and people come to me, oh, you gotta forgive, you gotta, and that's one of the main things that I think as family is pretty messed up. You have to People feel like you have to forgive this person because they're your relative. You have to do this because they F that. If there's somebody, I'm going to keep it real because this is what you want, right? Um, if it was somebody that was your friend or somebody on the streets, you wouldn't. You know what I mean? And what really gets under my skin is that this person who violated or broken rules or whatever they did to you, that's your family member, they should already know better. Your family member should know better than anybody out there in the streets how you feel about if somebody stole something from you and they went and stole something from you. You know what I mean? They went and did whatever they did. But then you always got that person, that family member, oh, you need to forgive them because they family. This fool broke into my house, pointed a gun at my head, held me and my family up, and took my doggone money and whatever else they wanted to take. But I need to forgive them when after they get busted by the cops or whatever. You know, because they family. I'm supposed to just walk up in the courtroom. They family. Then a week later, when they do it to somebody else's house and kill somebody, then how I feel. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't like this. I don't. I tell you straight up. I don't care for forgiving family just because they family. I need a little more than that.
but look,
Or letting family run over you because they family.
bro. I mean, it was just a T-shirt I took from you, bro. You
It's my clan shirt, dog. You
nah,
in
Yeah,
class of '95?
I just said that the family hurts you the most. You know what I'm saying? Family hurts you the most because of that closeness and how you feel it should be. And for me, I'm not even gonna lie. I've had family hurt me. I've been pissed off at family. Shoot, I'm pissed off at some family right now. Uh, but for me, it's more like, like I ain't forgiving. Like some family, like I'm upset with right now. I'm like, I'm not forgiving you right now, but I'm just not messing with you either. You know what I mean? I'm separating myself from you to keep my peace. Hey, if something was to happen to them right now, uh, you know what I mean? Hey, I'm gonna jump on and you know what I mean? I'll be there. You know what I mean? But right now, with everything good, hey, I'm gonna keep my peace. I'm gonna stay separate from you because you know what I mean. I don't need that in me right now. You know what I'm saying? What you was about to say, Jake?
nah, it just depends on the scenario. And that's what all I can say is like, if it's someone's father or mother, got incarcerated when they was a child, and that child resents them for that. I get it, and I get what you're saying. Just give them a shot. They might have been doing something to try to, further or make some money for the family because they're not, no jobs or anything like that. But I mean, if it's something else, that parent may have been messing with, like the dad messing with the daughter, or the mom messing with the son, or the uncle messing with the niece, or stuff like that. Then yeah, hey, they deserve to burn in hell. Nah, but I mean, it's up to that person. It's up to
That's
that
not how
person.
black people do, though. You know what I mean? Everybody got that uncle that's like, oh yeah, that's Uncle Pete, man. He cool, but I ain't leaving my kids around that mother. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it just depends on the scenario. Some of them, yeah, try to give them a chance, but it's up to that person still at the end of the day. With the forgiveness thing, it's up to them.
For
We
me, man,
can't force it.
I always be thinking. Like even with the beef I got with family right now, I be thinking. The back of my head be like, yo, I need to forgive them because if I don't and something happened to them, then I'm gonna feel like crap. You know what I mean? So in the back of my head, even though I got beef with these people, I be like, bro, like I need to learn to try to forgive them. You know what I mean?
Oh,
I know you won't. You just different like that. Even man, I had one family member said that I did something I didn't do, and they accused me of it. And I held that for a long time. And it was like when I was young too, and I held on to that for a long, long time. And this family member here, man, like I forgave them, but I'm not around that person like that. You know what I mean? I still got love
Man, it's like this.
around that person that much. And
It,
then
it,
it's like an elder in the family too. So people be looking at me like, why you ain't going to visit this person? Why you ain't going to do this? Like, bro, like I just don't mess with it like that. Yeah, I love it and stuff, but I ain't messing with them like that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, it's all dealing with trust, man. Because it's like this. One of us that's not our brother has a brother. In high school, kind of dimed me out on my pimping, so I still don't trust him. Yeah, somebody, brother.
Trust him either. So hey, I don't trust him either. So
So
you ain't alone in that category.
so it goes to that. I can be around you and I can tolerate you, but at
But
the same instance, I don't trust you. You just stole chocolate from a freezer when I was doing fundraisers. You snitching on me to other females come on, man. You can't be doing that, man. You violate.
so you still
Hey, don't
beefing too?
worry, it caught up to him.
You
Nah, I
still
ain't beefing. I just walk away, man. I don't need that in my life. So I do the same thing with clients and anybody else. If you keep toying with me and you're not serious, then I'm gonna throw some outlandish numbers so you can not ever call me back again. It's just that I'm gonna shut the door real quick so you don't come back into my life. And that's where I think you want more people to be more, open and
yeah.
uh, welcoming,
So
the forgiveness process.
but why is it so hard? Because that's one of my other questions I have written down. So why is it? I mean, this go to Leo and Jonathan and maybe Chris. Chris ain't really say how he feel about situations. So why is it so hard to forgive family when they do you wrong? Because even with some of this stuff, like
because they know better.
the big stuff like the kids and stuff, I understand that. But the little stuff like, hey, he stole some money from you, or
Because
you
they know better.
he ratted on you with a chick. You know what I mean?
Because they know better. That's why they know better. And then most of the time, it's like they still do the same crap. Man, we had a whole discussion thing, conference call behind this, and you see how that went. I don't remember. Hey, Jonathan, I remember somebody on the call was like, "I don't know why we doing this call because this ain't going to change a thing." So it's like when if they're not going to change or they're not going to they don't grow, yeah. If they not change or grow or even thinking about growing, it's like why have that conversation? Why even forgive? I just hold my. It's like a dog that you walk. I used to walk to school back in kindergarten, and you know how it is walking to school in the hood. Somebody always got a dog loose. So if that dog bite you or get close to biting you, you going to stay away from that dog. You ain't going to deal with that
Oh
dog.
yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna wait till that handkerchief head Negro get back because I got a good dog story about him. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. But it's and this is my thing about forgiveness though. Okay, but what if that person like me? I can forgive people, but I feel like people want emotion attached to that forgiveness. Why can't I just forgive somebody and walk the hell away from them? Or just leave them alone? Like, I forgave you. Now I'm gonna be over here. You stay over there. What's wrong with that?
I don't know, and that's what I was
Yeah,
at. It's like a go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
because I mean, I'm like you, Jonathan. Like at the end of the day, I'm all about peace. I'm at the age. I'm almost 30. I'm at the age. I just want peace, silence. If you've done something to me, I forgive you. If I've forgiven you for it, just leave me alone. I don't have to, necessarily mess with you because you're my family. I mean, it goes for family, friends, relationships, a job, all that stuff. So, just leave me alone. Let me be at peace. I mean, even for the family members that I do have beef with, present and in the past, I've made peace with that with you. I've forgiven you for the wrongs that you've done. So just let me live my life in peace.
Yeah, because it's crazy. Because I'm thinking about it, the whole situation. Somebody does something to you, you forgive them, and you don't have to. To me, I don't have to verbally say I forgive you. I can forgive you in my heart or in my mind or whatever. But it's like it comes a job to the person that was attacked to make the other person feel better. Nah, that ain't my job. That's not my obligation. That's not my duty to make you feel better because you made me feel worse. So
Yeah.
you just reaping the benefits, buddy. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, I
So
So I
remember what was the last hurricane a few years ago? Whenever Isaac, we had our little family group chat, and Isaac put something like, "Hey, this is who everybody's responsible for. If something else happens." And when we had a family member try to call herself attacking me, so I politely went outside the group, text her individually, say what I had to say, and to this day, I may have talked to her on the phone physically maybe once, and I forgot what it was for. It wasn't for. I think it was something important, but other than that, I don't have nothing to say. Like I've forgiven you. I pray. I'll pray with you and pray for you. But other than that, I don't have nothing for you.
I feel you. I feel you. But so with the beef, a lot of people say beef, and sometimes I notice with me, sometimes people may call it beef, but I don't call it beef. I just call it I ain't messing with you. So if it's
Like
not messing with a person really beef, you know what I mean? Is that beef?
nah. I mean, the situation been resolved to me. Case closed. Yeah, it's over.
or not. Later.
And then I think one of the things that is really weird forgiving and forgetting people quickly because I feel like they run over you then. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That you're not creating boundaries to me. I don't know. Is that how y'all feel?
Yeah,
Yeah, a person
yeah,
can
it
do
does.
that, but it's everybody got their limits. Like I mean, because like for me, I take myself like I'm really not a confrontational person because I hate arguing, I hate drama, but like I have my limits, and like once I've had enough, I might explode on you. Lord knows what I might say. So I mean, it is what it is. So I mean, like it's best
And
to just like why you ain't even alone because you keep picking and picking and picking. I might curse you out, or you never know what might happen.
yeah, I think that's something our family deals with. I think all of us have that problem because we smile and grin, or we try to walk away from individuals that antagonize you, and then you're looked at crazy because you blow up because somebody been.
Yeah, because boy, I turn into Incredible Hulk. When my patience is done, it's done. You know what I mean? It's like I'm going too far, and
You are
I think that might be a family trait. I think that's what it is. We go too far. When it's done, it's done.
Yeah,
no
because
Leo.
I'm telling
You
you,
are
like with me, I'll feel red, I'll start shaking, I get hot, start sweating, and I'm at that point, I'm gonna just go off.
Coach Kool Aid.
yeah.
Yeah.
You don't only like one in the family, Chris. You only one that can turn. Man, the others we just.
We got one brighter than me. So hey, my brother brighter than me.
uh, hey, I tell you what, Leo is probably the worst. Leo always go way underneath the belt, man. Leo we be trying to pull it like Leo. You ain't have to say that, bro. You went too far, bro. You went. Too-
They know what the line is. They know what the line is. They see the line. I try to warn
it's
them.
gotten so bad. It's gotten so bad. You used to build up to it, and now it's like the first thing they be like, Leo, your shoe are tied. Yeah, that's why you only got 3 toes. You be like, you,
You don't be seeing they passive aggressiveness. They been over you all day.
Nah, let's go back to the dog. What you were talking about with the dog, Leo. If you walking down the street, down the neighborhood.
Yeah, I was explaining how when I used to go to Martin Elementary, used to walk, and I was like, you in the hood, somebody got a dog that's loose. So I'm like,
Yeah,
if that dog is loose and it bites you or almost bites you, you're not gonna mess with that dog again.
yeah. It sounds familiar to a story. At Bowie, walking home, and it rained that week because it always rains in Beaumont. And a big dog just comes out of nowhere, and the Bouton boys, the Wilson boys, Doc is a whole bunch of us, and everyone runs off, and then someone like clips me, and I slide in a muddy ditch in some sweat. No, I had a windbreaker suit, yeah, some black wind pants. I remember my outfit, and yeah, I just fortunately grandfather's wisdom told me stay still while the dog goes by me, and he didn't bite me. At the same instant, when he ran off, I was watching these nuts jump into boats and everything else. And then my dad come up and like, "What the hell you doing? Why you so muddy?" So I'm about to get a whipping because someone clips me. I don't know who that was though, and they laugh, running off.
I had the same experience, man. I remember I was chased by a dog when I was younger, and some family members left me in the very end of getting almost attacked by these dogs, and they were just laughing at me while they're in the front, and left me in the very back end. So I
I
just
was there too. I was there too.
I think the laughter was because although Jonathan was smaller and a little bit chubbier than you, Jonathan was gone. Jonathan was up there with me.
that's why
He was
that's why
Isaac was in the back. Talk about hell.
And that's why I clipped him that day because I learned from that. You wouldn't go
I
past
don't forgive you. So he got to laugh. He got to laugh that day. See,
it.
you know
Oh
what I'm
man.
saying?
Oh man. Yeah, that's good. That's
Family
good.
hurts. Everybody that clip and laugh at me, throw tennis balls and everything. When is my day?
Yeah. You don't get one,
Hey,
man.
I
You
rather
don't you
y'all. At least y'all ain't had no brother that kind of, you fall out of a go kart about 4, 5 years old. Your brother just look at you. You know, I ain't gonna say no names of who he is, but I remember, man, I was small riding the go kart with this individual. He up there driving like a maniac. I fall out the go kart, skin up my arm and elbows, and my daddy was hot. I had to get a skin graft on my arm behind that fool. I still ain't forgave him for that. That's 20 something years ago.
Did he ask for forgiveness?
Nope. If he asks, he
Well,
still
there
ain't
you go.
getting it. I
Don't
got
give him
scars on me for
that.
life for that.
Jonathan,
We'll
I'm
push him
here.
out one when he get old.
Jonathan, I'm here humbly asking forgiveness for me clipping you when the dog was chasing us. And Leo, I'll ask that you forgive me from stealing all of your clothes. I was just so used to getting hand-me-downs. I just thought that, hey, what's wrong with just taking?
Well, and then you guys wonder why I talk crazy and why I take everything, take clothes. Sorry, Leo, for drinking all your liquor. Uh, Sorry for taking baths in your bathtub while you're on leave, taking clothes. I probably still got some of your clothes in my storage. Uh, Taking shoes. Thanks, Isaac, for the clothes and the shoes, the lugs, boots, and all that good stuff from back in the day. Yeah, man. See, that's why I did it.
Hey, I can forgive y'all on everything except for if any of those clothing have class of '95 on, I'll forgive you for it. I don't forgive you.
Some of your old Rockaware shirts, I still wear to bed. I think
You
I'm
can
wearing
have those. Those are fine. But anything with class of '95, I don't forgive you. That's past the line. You to pass the line up.
Got the platinum FUBU.
uh, one of your kudos shirts or something. I think
Oh God.
I might. Nah, this
So
is
I
good.
mean, how do we what can we do about these things? That's my question. What can we do? I mean,
We
or is there something?
to me, some of the things we can do is instead of like what Isaac said, the way he was feeling, instead of putting our feelings on people or the way we should view it, we should talk to those people in those situations. If it's not us, you know what I mean? Like, because that's my main thing. Is like a lot of things that I had an issue this week, and we got a family issue this week that happened, and the way I feel about it, me and Ike had to talk about it earlier, but me and my wife had to talk about that um, before me and you talked about it, right? And I pretty much felt the same way. Like I towards that person, I don't feel the way that most people think I should feel because that person is that relative. But towards the sympathy and empathy and everything else is more towards my mom because of her love and everything towards that person. So, with me, it's just like, but I'm sure, like, if things were to go wrong, well, not wrong, if things are to go the way it might look like it might go, and somebody be like, ah, well, this was your relative, I'll still be kind of like, but for my mom, for her feelings and everything else, I feel like I'm there to support her. So to me, it's more like sometimes people put feelings on you and make you feel the way you should feel because they like, well, that's family. And so you got to look a little bit past that. You got to look at the person who feel like they've been wrong. Find out from them, talk with them. If you're in the middle of it, if you're not if you the person who was wronged or whatever, but if you're in the middle of it and you a family person, before you go to that person and be like, well, they family, you need to look at the situation to where it's just like, okay, what if this person wasn't a family? Would you still be coming to them and be like, oh, well, that's so and so, or whatever, So I think with those situations, and also number two, with the family thing, and I'm sorry taking up so much time.
Oh, you
The
good?
second part, the second part of it is sometimes you gotta let time handle things instead of trying to fix it. Because a lot of times that's what families try to do. They try to, oh, you need to go talk to so and so. You need to, and that makes it worse. Whereas sometimes if you give those people that time to breathe and back up, they'll have time to come back to each other and talk about it, or and maybe even fix it. But sometimes the people, you gotta what you call because that's your family. That's your family. You gotta, sometimes that doesn't fix anything. A lot of times it don't. So overlooking that because we family thing to me.
Yeah, I think for me, it's all situational, man. I mean, bro, you can't be having beef with people if it's what I mean. Even like even if somebody ain't pay you back, like we all love our money and stuff, and we what I mean. But honestly, if a family member, if I gave a family member $20 or whatever, and I didn't get that $20 back, or they owe me money or whatever, like for me, it's like, hey, I'm upset about it, but I can overlook it. Um, but I mean, so everything for me is like situational. What I can forgive and what I what I can't overlook. I think for me, my opinion, I mean, like I said, we're all church folks and stuff. We know what the Bible says about forgiveness uh, and everything. Uh, but like the God said, we should forgive as He forgive us or whatever. So I think whatever it is, like people say forgive and forget, like that's not really true. Like you can forgive and not forget about it. You know what I mean, and move on with your life. So that's how I just kind of treat it. Like, bro, forgive and keep on moving. You know what I mean? Don't let that hold you against it. Don't hold that against it. Uh, what you got there, Chris?
I don't think he heard you.
Oh, okay. But what you got, Chris?
Nah,
My But nah, I mean, I feel like same way pretty much. There's no time limit of how long it should take you to forgive somebody for doing you wrong. I'm not saying don't forgive them. I mean, that's your choice. You know, but if it take me 3 years to forgive somebody, that's my business. But don't let nobody rush you to kind of forgive them or get over a situation because they and they feelings. Oh well, you and your feelings are what you shouldn't have done what you did if you were in the wrong. Now if I did something wrong to you, that's a different story. Other than that, shut up, cry to somebody else about it. Stop bothering me. So that's what I got.
But my question would be like, what if you ain't got that 3 years? You know what I mean? What if you ain't got that 3 years? And that's a piece. The person, one of the people I had beef with in the family was the elder, and that was just, I held it strong for a long time, that beef or whatever, and then that just kept creeping in the back of my mind, like, bro, this person might not have long to be here, bro. Like you really need to forgive this person before they go, or whatever, and make peace with yourself and make peace with the whole situation before they go. So for me, that's what I'm always thinking about in the back of my head. Like even like I say, even situations I'm in right now, like I'm still upset, I'm still angry about it. And I know eventually I got to heal. I need to move on, and I need to just press forward. But at the same time, be like, well, I don't want this person, I don't want something to happen to me or have something happen to them, and them not knowing that, hey, I forgave you and I moved on from that. You know what I'm saying? Because some people hold on to that, man. I talked to some older people, man. Some people hold on to that, like, bro, I had this with this dude, and I went to his dying bed, and I was trying to let him know, but he died before I could tell him. Or you know what I mean? So that's the thing I struggle with. I don't know what the answer is. If y'all had anything for that,
Sleeping pills, man. They help you sleep through it.
absolutely.
Hey, man,
Oh
I don't
God.
know. I don't have a cure for that. That's your conscience. That's on you. Um, I don't know if there is a cure. Maybe the cure is like you say what you do. You go to them and tell them, "Hey, I'm good" or whatever. And if that clears your conscience or whatever, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I know for the money thing that you said earlier, I know what I do. Once you owe me money, you don't want to pay me back. That's fine. That money is your Christmas, birthday, anniversary, New Year's, whatever you want to call it. That's your gift. Hey, sister, that's your gift for the rest of your life until you pay me back that money. So, so there you go.
Yeah,
Hey, what's up?
it's yeah, everybody got a different, journey, it really isn't it's just whatever makes you feel, free. You just gotta do that. Me, I don't care. I didn't got to the mode. I don't give a damn. I don't care about nobody feelings but myself. I'm selfish. So I'm gonna forgive you, and I'll never tell you, and I'll never talk to you. I'll never bother you. I have a great life. You can watch mine. I'm gonna keep moving, and you can stay stuck over there. I don't give a damn.
I don't think, and that's the piece that I think people think that forgiveness and everything has to be a conversation. Like even the person I forgave, like I forgave the person, but I ain't never, like, you know how many people are upset with you right now that you don't even know upset with you. You know what I'm saying? Like I got people out me, especially if you're in the supervisor. I don't know how many people really hate me. If you're in the supervisor role, you probably got a whole bunch of people that hate you or something you said that really pissed them off that you don't even know about. You know what I mean? That you don't even know. So this person here, I don't even think they knew I was upset with them if I really, about the whole situation. But I had to forgive them in my heart myself. I never walked up to the person like, "Hey, I forgave you. You said this about me or whatever." It's just something like, "Hey, I sat down in my bed and I'm thinking about it. Like, okay, I'm okay with this situation. I'm at peace. I forgive you. I'm moving on with my life. I'm not gonna mess with you anymore, but I'm gonna forgive you." You know what I'm saying? That's it ain't gotta be the whole,
and
you
and
know,
and that
yeah.
I think that's the thing. Some people need that I forgive you, and some people like me. I don't care if I did you wrong. You tell me I forgive you. Hey, I don't care. I'm still gonna move because you probably did me wrong, so that's why I did you wrong.
I say most of us like brothers and sisters, like bro. I mean, we ain't never asked each other for forgiveness. We just move on. We laugh. We move on with life. I don't think I ever asked y'all for forgiveness or whatever for anything. You know what I mean? Y'all ain't never asked me for anything, but that smile, that joke, and me showing up to your house for whatever. Hey, that's showing you that I forgive you or whatever. We moving on from this. You know what I'm saying? It ain't gotta be. People get caught up in this psychology apart and you got to sit down and all of that stuff. I don't think it's really like that. I think forgiveness is something for your soul and it's for you,
Yeah,
not for the other person.
yeah.
So,
Because everybody
no,
want a display of it now. Because
yeah.
we
And bro, I don't have to have that conversation with you. Like, bro, when I forgive you, you would know. You know what I mean? I call you, or we talk, or whatever. We talk about some other stuff. We ain't even got to talk about the situation ever again. 'Cause I moved on. You know what I mean? It ain't got to be no whole Ayala saved my life and stuff. We sit down and
yeah,
cry.
my forgiveness is always I go to your house and take a mean shit in your toilet. I forgive you. I forgive you.
And on that tip, man, we want to thank you all for watching.
I, I'm gonna leave a piece of me for you.
uh, yeah, man. On that tip, man, we want to thank y'all all for watching. Man, it's been a good little topic, man. Like I said, everything ain't always juicy on the show, but it's always, you know what I mean? It's real conversation. Uh, Final words, man. I'll give y'all about a minute, man. And in just a minute, their final words. Let's start with you, Leah.
I don't know. I don't know what to say after that. Do whatever you feel that helps your soul or put your soul at peace to where you can sleep at night. So whatever you do to forgive, or ask for forgiveness, whatever it is that put your soul at peace, you do it, but understand that other people don't do it that way. So it is what it is. Um, but I'm going to tell you right now, if you got a beef with me, I don't have one with you. I ain't got time. I'm sorry. I'm just like that. That's just me.
All
Man,
right.
K State won. Uh, all I got to say is too many years I done paid the price. Why you gotta put all the drama in my life? Day after day I'm on the grind for you. I hate you. Yeah, man, you just do whatever makes you happy, man. Everybody, deal with it how you got to deal with it. If you the type, you need to tell somebody you forgive them, do it. And if you ain't, do it in private or however you need that freedom, man. Because that's what it's all about. Forgiveness is all about freedom, and it's not really for that person that was affected. It was for that person that did whatever the wrong was. So you know.
I appreciate that, Jay. Chris, what you got left?
Man, pretty much the choice is yours. If you want to forget a person, forgive them. If you choose not to, that's your choice. Other than that, I'll say for the people that's doing wrong to each other, stop doing it. Because you never know. Somebody may be petty, like myself. I'm gonna get my lick back some kind of way.
You just take it to the toilet, man. I'm telling you, it's the best way.
Okay, Chris Rock. Have a special on Netflix.
Man, all right, man. So my final words, man, it's just like I say, man. Sometimes for me, blood's thicker than water in some situations. Uh, look at everything for what it's worth, man. There are some things that are harder to forgive than others. Don't hold beef with family over the little stuff, man. You know what I mean? Learn to forgive and let that stuff go, man. I see it a lot in some families where they won't talk to each other for years because she dropped a potato salad when she walked in the house. They won't talk. You know what I mean? Little stuff like that, like that stuff is petty, man. So you know, be for what it is, man. Look at it for what it's worth. For me, family is family, man, and they're closer than friendships or closer than other stuff. So some things, uh, it should be easier for you to forgive family than anybody else uh, on certain situations. So look at the situation, learn to forgive, learn to be at peace with yourself. Uh, Thank y'all again for watching the show, man. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Man, we've got something dope in the making, man. I've got a couple ideas that we're going to be working out some more little shows and little series, man. To pop that in, make sure you go ahead. If you like on Facebook and you always watch on Facebook, go on over to our YouTube channel, man, and hit the like and subscribe button on there. And sometimes Facebook be tripping, like they were tripping today, man. They posted one of our old videos I posted yesterday, man. So Facebook be tripping sometime, and they block us a lot. But jump on our YouTube page. So if there's some kind of way that you miss one of our shows, man, you can watch right there on YouTube. And plus, we always post stuff on YouTube first before we put anything out on Facebook. So follow us on Instagram, TikTok. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you here next time on the 3200.
3200, but you already know this. You know it. Couple of brothers hard working and focused. Let's go. Intellectual, entertaining for sure.